Data is the lifeblood of successful organizations. With access to the right data at the right time, you can identify trends, streamline operational processes, and ultimately make better business decisions. But how do you ensure that your decision makers have access to data that is complete, free of errors, and updated, and that too at the right time? Data pipeline orchestration is the answer. Hi, my name is Afnan Rehan, and I'm a product evangelist here at Astara Software. In this 7-part series, I'll be taking you through the essentials of effective data warehousing, from modeling your data warehouse to consuming data in BI tools. In today's episode, I'll be covering data pipeline orchestration. The data that you're using for analytics needs to be accurate and up-to-date to draw key insights and improve decision making. By using self-regulating data pipelines to populate your data warehouse, you can consolidate all of your important business data as and when it arrives. And then you can create a single source of truth for business intelligence. Data pipeline orchestration essentially allows you to control the movement of your data within the organization and minimize delays and errors that might occur by executing the process manually. You can also ensure that your data warehouse is populated with the right data and that all of the tasks and processes are executed in a sequenced fashion. Now, there are 3 basic requirements to achieve data pipeline orchestration. Let's start with the first one, which is workflows. Now, these are basically jobs that are created using custom logic that automatically run individual tasks or flows in a defined sequence. You can run a program, send an email, execute an SQL code, upload a file, and much more. For this, you'll first have to design a blueprint to define how different systems will interact with each other. This includes determining the sources from which you'll be extracting data, understanding how the data will be processed, and defining whether or not it needs to be transformed. There are a few questions that you'll also need to ask yourself to ensure that your workflow isn't being interrupted in any way. This can happen for a number of reasons, including errors, unavailability of data at a particular source, and even because of the lack of standardization. Here, it's important to remember that issues like these can affect the efficiency and the quality of the data in your data warehouse. This is why you will also have to create automated notifications to ensure that all of the relevant personnel are informed of any discrepancies immediately. This way, they can take prompt action and prevent inaccurate information from ever making it to your data warehouse. During the workflow orchestration phase, it's also essential for you to determine the sequence in which you'd like tasks to be performed. Since some tasks are directly dependent on others, you have to define the order of execution of different tasks and processes. Once all of the prerequisites are taken care of, it's going to be much easier to orchestrate your workflows. An example of this is employee data in a dimensional model. In this case, the dimension table must be populated with a business key and contextual data like name, age, and insurance details for a new recruit, so that whenever the data arrives in the fact table, you can quickly associate it with the right person. Obviously, you'd need to sequence this operation to run correctly. The second requirement for building automated and orchestrated data pipelines is job scheduling. Organizations tend to have plenty of repetitive tasks. These tasks may include gathering sales data from different branches of a supermarket every day, or even processing employee salaries at the end of each month. Instead of having someone manually execute these tasks every time, you can and should schedule the job to ensure that the process is executed without any manual intervention. It is more like putting your system in a self-driving mode. The best part about job scheduling is that it doesn't have to be at fixed intervals. You can also set triggers based on different tasks, and processes can be executed whenever you want them to. Scheduling jobs improves the mobility of your data and allows it to flow through your organization in near real time. With self-powered and self-regulating data pipelines, you can use your data to improve product and service offerings, mitigate risks by making data-driven decisions, and even support business continuity. Now, you've created your workflows and scheduled the jobs to fetch data automatically. Your self-regulating pipelines are now up and running. The third and last requirement for data pipeline orchestration is job monitoring. Now, you just have to sit back and make sure that all of your jobs are running smoothly. If not, then you'd want to be notified about any warnings or any errors that are disrupting their execution. But that's not the only benefit of job monitoring. Taking a look at job statuses periodically will also allow you to assess whether your data pipelines can be reused to manage data from similar source systems. This will allow your organization to reduce its time to insight. In its essence, data pipeline orchestration is all about managing your data pipelines from a central location to ensure that all of the processes are executed as smoothly as possible. Once you meet these three basic requirements, you can enjoy optimal organizational efficiency and minimize the risk of errors. With the Star Data Warehouse Builder, you can build code-free, reusable data pipelines to extract, transform, and load data into your data warehouse, orchestrate and schedule jobs to automate the process, and use the warehouse data and visualization tools for enhanced analytics and reporting. Gain more control over your data and analytics by orchestrating your data pipelines with the Star Data Warehouse Builder.